The 41st International Civil Aviation Organization Assembly in Montreal, Canada is ongoing, and Belize is represented by Honorable Andre Perez and an entire delegation. During today's sixth plenary session, Minister Perez made a presentation on the advancements of civil aviation in Belize, including the development of an air cargo hub. In an interview via Zoom today, Perez told us what it means for Belize to be taking part in the plenary session.
This is in keeping with what we have been attending since last week. And today in the plenary, Belize had the opportunity to give a statement, on what is it that relates to the aviation industry and where we're heading, in what direction we're heading as we move forward in trying to develop and putting aviation at a level independently of tourism and agriculture, just giving it as one national priority that we're doing. That is the aim here, and sitting there and sharing with everyone else. The most important thing that we're looking for is that we are reaching out to partners who are willing to listen, and we are showcasing what we as a country can do. As you all know, we have to take advantage of the strategic location that we have, Belize being, as I mentioned in my speech, being in the heart of Central America and the Caribbean. And many experts in the aviation industry are telling us that we are ripe for choosing this path of developing the aviation industry by looking at this air cargo hub, bringing all the different other components that should go along with it, mainly cargo maintenance, the distribution of food, especially as we try to bridge between Central America and the Caribbean. So, and also tying it together with air travel as well. There are so many other components that are missing that we need to explore. And that is also the goal that we're showing. And again, I refer back to my speech this morning, and in keeping with what is Plan Belize, that we are open for business. We need to show to investors there that they are safe, that coming to Belize and investing, their investment will be secure, mainly by having a stable government, a peaceful country, and that also that we are already trimming all of that red tape that sometimes can frustrate investors in coming in a country. So the processing and making it more conducive for investment is important with showcasing. So we have had talks with different people who have been very much have been successful in taking the aviation industry to higher levels, namely like the country of Qatar and as well as Singapore. These are the two countries we have had talks with. And another important country as well that is showcased and is doing it by action is none other than our good friends of Taiwan. They have a cargo city hub, and it's very crucial and very instrumental and strategically located where they are in Asia right now.
The media also pressed the minister on how is it that we build the capacity of the PGIA to implement the feasibility of the plan.
How do we start? First is by the feasibility studies. We need to have some studies to show that it is viable. I am of the opinion, I am confident it is viable. So this is the first is to have a long-term plan. This is what we have been laying out for quite some time, because we cannot be moving haphazardly on this plan. And I've said before as well, this is not a 1 year, 2 years plan. This is going for 10, 15, 20 years. It's going to take years to develop, but it will start moving slowly. We're saying that we have to start as of now. And if I am going to say that I am trying to create a plan for us to get re-elected in the next coming general elections, this is not the project that we want to think along those lines. This project is for a long-term solution for the country, that 20 years from now, they look back at us and we all did the right thing by making the first step. So the first step is, as I said, is to come up with a feasibility study, look at partners who are willing to invest. And thirdly is that we, from a government standpoint, we are prepared to receive the investors and making sure they have the guaranteed returns by providing them with very decent, attractive concessions, good contracts that will make them feel that their money or investment is secured. I was approached by a member from the United States of government that they want to invite us to be part of a meeting because they really were interested in what I gave in the speech. Just straight out, we're starting first by we are members of COSESNA, which is part of SECA, as you rightfully mentioned, and that is another factor we have been that avenue that we have been pursuing is that of providing that air navigation service that we are part of, and Belize is very much a part of, is COSESNA. And here in ICAO, actually, we have been having talks with members from partners from Jamaica as well as Guyana. We met with both of the directors, and they're fully aware because they themselves have reached out for technical support from COSESTA. And they are very satisfied with the air navigation service that they provide. Now, that is one of expansion in terms of services that we can offer to the Caribbean. So that speaks as action that can be done based, comparing it to what we've been seeing for so many years and decades about Belize being that bridge. We have to go far beyond that and just being rhetoric. It's just we're not seeing the results. So we're saying we make the move now. And it can be done the best way. Iron agriculture that we are struggling to export to the Caribbean. We have this opportunity via aviation to really act on what we are as members of SICA and as we as members of CARICOM.
Minister Perez is accompanied by Chief Executive Officer Kennedy Carrillo, Director of Civil Aviation Nigel Carter, Deputy Director of Civil Aviation Stanley Gideon, and Head of Security Lieutenant Colonel Kelly.